So yes, how's it going? It's going pretty well if I do say so myself. It's a good day. It's a good day to do a podcast. So yeah. Okay, so let's get right into this podcast. The first pilot episode of the Slow Alligators podcast. How exciting. Oh, I'm very excited about the Slow Alligators podcast. Yes. So let's get right to our first topic. Our first topic of today is, what do you think of the weather? I think it's very cold today. It's so cold today. I'm freezing. It's hailstones all the time. There's rain. There's snow. I'm covered in snow. I'm covered in ice. My blood is ice. Very good. I agree. I think actually yes. I'm made of ice. I think I agree. The weather, it's fine. It's not too bad. It's very warm, I would say. Actually, I take it back. It's actually very warm. I think you're right. I think it's so warm. It's not ice. I'm actually just melting to death. I'm just dying. I'm in a perpetual state of death for the past day. It's perpetual for one day. Yeah, it's honestly too warm. It's way too warm. I don't like it. It's so warm. I hate it. It's really warm, actually. Why did I say it's not too bad? I was lying the whole time. Yeah, you were lying. I hate it. 0 out of 10. What do you think of alligators as an animal? I actually quite like the tails of an alligator. The tails, you can cut them off the alligator. You can use them to stab someone. They're pretty versatile. I'd say by far tails are the most versatile part of the animal. I mean, what are you going to do with an eyeball? You can't stab someone with an eyeball. that just doesn't work. I think the best part about an alligator is the scales. Yeah, the scales good. They can use the scales for all sorts of things. You can stab someone with a scale if you take it off and you sharpen it. Scales are so versatile. You have no idea how versatile scales are. That's a very tempting body part of an alligator, I suppose. But I'm going to say that alligators in a war would lose against whales. That was a very poor, contrived attempt at a pun. I'm not entirely sure why you attempted that. It wasn't. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Okay. I think we can move past that. I think we can understand that. I think it's all okay. I don't think it is okay. I think that this is the first episode in what will continue to be a long and prosperous podcast. It's either this, or it's the only episode in a very short and perhaps less prosperous podcast. How exciting! Yeah, that's absolutely correct. It's much more likely to be the only episode because this is a pain. I'm talking to you through a tin can with a very taut rope all the way from the Arctic. That's my deal. That's what I'm doing here. It's very difficult. I've heard video editing also makes it difficult, but I don't understand that. I'm not a video editor. I'm an Alaskan man, but I'm excited. Yeah, it's very exciting. So, have you been playing any video games recently? I played Insane Aquarium Deluxe Edition quite recently. That was a wonderful video game. Yes, that's a good video game if I do say so myself. I quite like that one. What would you rate that video game out of 10? I'd probably give it a 10 out of 10, to be honest. Yes, I would agree with you. It's a pretty 10 out of 10 game. 10 out of 10. Yeah, it's pretty good overall. I like it. It's strong. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to start the podcast. Oh, me too. We still got to start the podcast. I still don't know what the topic list is. Do you have a topic list with you? As a matter of fact, I do actually have a topic list. Okay, what's point number 1 on your topic list? Yeah, okay, so number 1 topic here is Dark Souls. Dark Souls. Well, that's exciting, except I can't talk about Dark Souls because I've never played Dark Souls. Why not? Dark Souls is actually allergic to me. Oh, not the other way around, surprisingly. You might think, well, a concept or a video game or a story can't really be allergic to a person. Well, that's what I thought. That's preposterous. Until I touched my mouse and my entire computer broke out in hives. It was horrifying. Yeah, it sounds really problematic. Yeah, I know. It's a nightmare that I live with every day. Oh. But you know what the real game of the year is for all time? Peggle. Peggle, the old Disney game that was published by Disney and created by Disney. Yeah. I mean that's a pretty good one. Yeah, it was pretty good. You know what else is good, even better than Peggle? I really like Batman. Batman is good.
Yeah.
Batman is my favourite superhero of all time. Yeah, Batman's good. Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, I give him a strong 6 out of 10. The Batman, he fights and he doesn't even care. That's what I respect about the Batman. He fights and he doesn't say, hey, stop fighting. He's not a peaceful superhero. He's a superhero who takes what he wants, when he wants it, and from who he wants to take it from. He's a no-nonsense kind of bat, and he's also a no-nonsense kind of man. What an exciting fellow Batman is. The only thing better than Batman is Spider-Man, who is much the same thing, except he's a spider, and spiders are scary, but bats aren't. So not only does he take what he wants, when he wants, and if he wants it, from the person of his choice, he scares them in the process. Oh, that's diabolical. But you know who's even a better candidate than Spider-Man? I think you'll agree here. The Silver Surfer is way better than Spider-Man and Batman combined. Yeah, the Silver Surfer is even better than Spider-Man, because not only is the Silver Surfer a no-nonsense individual who'll take what he wants, when he wants, and who he wants from whatever he wants, he's also silver, which means you can't even hurt him.
Yeah, exactly.
You can kill a spider with like bleach or a knife.
He's got the perfect
you can't defend a Silver Surfer. That's a very amazing point you got there. So what's your favourite? What's the meme of the day? What's your favourite meme? Internet meme. Okay, my favourite meme of today is Money Cat. I like Money Cat. He's a stand-up capitalist dude. He doesn't care. He sometimes buys a boat. Yeah, that's a good meme. I like that meme. It's a pretty good meme, if I do say so myself. You know what a better meme is? The best meme of the modern era is gonna have to be the slow Alligators.
Oh yes, of course.
The best internet podcast.
It goes without saying.
On the internet. It's the only internet podcast on the internet. It's also distributed via magazine, making it the best internet podcast via magazine as well. How exciting this is. What's your favourite part about Half-Life 3, that video game that we both played? How do you feel about that? I liked it. My favourite part was the part where I quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed the scene where they called out amateur podcasting groups and said, "Hey, you're bad." I liked that bit. That was fun. That was probably my favourite bit there. Do you remember the bit where Gordon Freeman, the non-player character known as Gordon Freeman, he took out his wrench and he said, "Hey, stop being bad at podcasting. You suck. I hate you. Die. Death. Forever." Do you remember that? I remember that. It was really... Yeah, I remember it as if it was yesterday, to be honest. It was a really good moment. It was a tense moment. It was one of the most tense moments in gaming, if I'm quite honest. Definitely going to win a Game of the Year. I can't foresee Half-Life 3 not getting a Game of the Year. If it doesn't get a Game of the Year this time, then I suspect Half-Life 4 will get a Game of the Year, because that one's also coming up, and that'll be released soon, hopefully, because Valve just won't stop making games. So did you enjoy any of the episodic content in Half-Life 3? Yeah, I quite enjoyed Half-Life 3 Episode 2, and the chapter was just podcasts are gay. That was the chapter name. Just podcasts. They're stupid. They're are gay. They're bad. I hate them. That's what it said. That was the chapter name, in case you weren't aware. Yes. So I've been steamrolling this conversation. Why don't you do the talking for a bit? Okay. Well, the problem with that is I simply don't have anything to say. There's a reason you're steamrolling the conversation. It's because I don't understand. Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. Definitely. I think that's pretty... We're coming to the end of our time here. We only have a 10 to 15 minute segment on the slow Alligators podcasting section, so let's wrap it up while we still have some time. Is there any Q&A from the audience? No, there is not, because we don't have an audience. How exciting. Okay, that about does it for this episode of the Slow Alligators. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.